his units for Poero are in the face of Isengard. And Isengard does not have enough units to deal with this. Welcome to Command Me Live, my name is Enrique and this is the ladder. We are watching Poero versus Pavuk. It's Fords of the Isen, men versus Isengard. Again, Isengard is in it. Yesterday's game with Steve was fun. Now we are watching two Poeros, number 1 ranked player on the ladder. Poero versus Pavuk, the ranked 5 player on the ladder. It is a 5-3 victory for head-to-head history, Poero versus Pavuk. Poero has 5 wins, 0 losses on Fords of the Isen. Pavuk 2 wins, 2 losses on Fords of the Isen. And not their favorite map apparently. Faction win rate is 18 wins as men for Poero, and Pavuk has Isengard as 17 wins. So they're both very good at their game, especially when they're that high up the ladder. They played this matchup once, and Poero won as men and Pavuk won as Isengard. This seems a bit weird for you, but that is only because both players are random players. That means their matchups are very much spread over all the 49 possible matchups, and this is why the stats are a bit awkward. However, we are going to Fords of the Isen and see how this game will unfold. Here we go. Welcome to Fords of the Isen. This is Man of the West versus Isengard. I myself am a Man of the West player. I love Man of the West. This is just my faction. And I'm very bad at it. So this is a very interesting matchup for me to watch the perspective of Poero. Poero playing the brown color as Man of the West on the left side of the field. On the right side of the field we have Isengard, number 1, snake number 1, also known as Pavuk. Pavuk playing Isengard. Very normal opening, just 3 furnaces plus a production building. Same goes for Man of the West. Let's see how Poero is dealing with an opener like this. He is building pikes, he's going for the harassment, or for the creeping. Fords of Isen is very good, and there is my build. He is doing archery range into barracks into archery range with pikemen. Let's see if he is building a 4 units instead of a farm. I think he's gonna stay on 3 farms for a long time, while Pavuk is going for 4 furnaces really quickly, which is kind of necessary. And here is the spearman of Pavuk. A little bit of water used by Poero. I mean the soldiers for Poero. Poero changing a builder. Does not spot the Uruk warriors, but doesn't need to spot them, because the archers will make short work of these Uruk warriors. Actually, barely doing any damage. Here are the soldiers. Here is the war chant, and maybe a rallying call being used. Yes, defensive rallying call. Let's see if he can save his farm, but probably not, as after the 4 production units. No, 5 production. Nice, very smart. Oh no, 4 production units. Mr. Poero is building a farm. His 5th farm coming up. Can he save this farm? He did save the farm. Very well done. Good save with the rallying call used. And does he take down a furnace on his side of the map? Poero is being shot at and is just retreating his army, as the creeping of the pikes is being done, and this is a victory for Poero. Poero has still rallying called units up, is now retreating away with his Gondor soldiers. Even though they're not as fast, he is drawing away some units of the Uruk-hai of the Isengard player, Mr. Pavuk. And here comes a very dangerous attack from Poero. He really wants this this furnace. Spots the Vork riders, now knows, uh-oh, I need some pikes, and he's combining his units. All his units for Poero are in the face of Isengard, and Isengard does not have enough units to deal with this. very well moved. This is super good, as Poero has complete control of this fight. He destroyed those Uruk, of those Walk Riders, and more Walk Riders coming up. He's retreating with his soldiers, now fighting the howled up Uruk Riders, or Walk Riders, camping the production. He's trying to take it down, and Knights of Gondor out. Knights of Gondor will try to fight the Walk Riders. Walk Riders with Howl are stronger. Walk Riders without Howl are not as strong. And these Walk Riders are going to take down a farm. And the Uruk warriors took out another farm, which means Mr. Poero needs to rebuild those farms. Oh, Poero not paying attention, losing a lot of those archers from a trample by the Warg riders. And Poero retreating away from the base of Isengard, trying to take some of those Warg riders that are Warg pits to get some money out. Very smart, well done. Poero creeping even more. He now has 2 Warg pits, getting another Warg pit and another Warg pit. It means that he is so much in the lead economically that it's almost impossible for Isengard to come back in this game, as Mr. Pavuk is trying his best to reposition his units. If you look at the command points, it's 450 versus 650 for the Man of the West. 650 command point limit. More rallying call being used, and these Gondor Knights are going to do a lot of damage. Here's the fight. War chant being used. Are there enough pikes to deal with the knights? Debuff used, and the archers are starting to shoot at the pikes. Yeah, this is not good. There are a few Warg Riders trying to do some eco damage. They're being countered by the knights and some Rohan pikes, or some pikes from Men of the West. And after taking down the Warg pit in the top lane, this means that Mr. Poero, with 625 command points and 625 units on the field, is doing pretty well. War chanted attack is taking down another farm, and here come Rohirrim. Rohirrim, the Rohirrim, I think. Yeah, Rohirrim on the field, trying to combine with the knights. I don't even know where the knights are. I think the knights had died. Or here are some knights. Oh, they're both are there. And yeah, Rohirrim are a pretty strong cav. They do a lot of damage. They attack pretty decently fast. Trying to trample. Ooh, running into the pikes. You hate to see it. Rohirrim cav is dying and needs to retreat almost immediately. There is a well being built. There is no banners yet. I don't think Poero needs the banners, but they're always useful to have banners on your castle to get some cheaper units out, some cheaper heroes. Poero pushing away the Isengard armies and is going for a lot of Gondor archers instead of Gondor rangers. But now that he is command point limited, 750 command point limit and 750 units on the field, he might as well start promoting and start going for maybe a marketplace, maybe for upgrading his stables or his barracks or his archery range. And a very strong throwaway arm. He using heal, trying to get everything back up. Rallying call being used, and this might be the GG called for Poero, as he is surrounded by the armies of Poero. Pavuk, I mean, for the surrender. Pavuk is building a ballista, trying to do some more damage. And here's the war chant. Actually, this might be an interesting fight still, as the war chant used on the extra was an... Oh, nope, there goes the ability as a level 10, or as price 10, power point is used in Tom Bombadil, turning the ties to giving the double buff leadership plus war chant. And these units are not dying. More Rohirrim on the field. The Cav for Man of the West Poero is doing a lot of damage. He's even focusing at Ballista, which is not taking any damage. But Poero is very much so in the lead. Now retreating. Taking down in the back a furnace that was level 2. And if you look at the command point limits, it is 500 to 850 with a lot of Rohirrim, a lot of Cav on the field. There's Gondor soldiers with a few of those rangers, and Pavuk is in trouble. Isengard might not survive for that long. And here's some Tower Guards. Tower Guards chasing the Warg Riders. And yeah, it's always smart to put some Warg Riders towards put some Tower Guards on the Warg Riders, and there's a statue. Instead of going for heroes, Mr. Poero is opting for an outpost in the middle of the map. That means it's going to be very difficult for Isengard to move towards the mid. And it's going to be very easy. Oh, here is Mr. Eomer. Wow, a lot of Rohirrim are dying. Is there a marketplace? There is. And the cavalry is healing in the middle of the map. 550 command points versus the 885. Again, Poero is supply blocked. Tower Guards chilling on the bot lane. Top lane is taken over by the pikes, we just noticed, but a few units are sent to the top lane just to answer those pikes. And yeah, Poero might as well build some siege here. His builder is going somewhere. Maybe it's going to build a blacksmith. Beautiful level 3 buildings. Maybe also get Knights of Donald Roth, might as well. And fire arrows are being researched and added to all the archers, and this might be the end. Poero noticing a strong army on the top, noticing an army in the middle, and does not have an army for himself. This might be the last fight, and this might be the GG being called as the fire arrows are being shown to Pavuk. Pavuk's ballista though is doing a lot of damage to the archers. They don't have heavy armor yet, which they probably don't need. And Poero is combining his forces. Warden being used, trying to do some damage. And the debuff being used, trying to do some damage. And Eomer is level 1, did not do a lot of damage, and retreating with his cav to regenerate. As a lot of the units of Man of the West are dying. He's losing them, but he's replenishing them at the same time with Rangers and Tower Guards. If you look at the money, it's on 2k. He just spent 2k on something, probably on upgrades, maybe on units, but he just keeps pushing. He doesn't mind fighting against war chants and debuffs. And wow, Barrage is killing 2 buildings at the same time. The fire is doing some extra damage. And there goes a level 3 furnace, and this might be the GG, as Eomer is still on the field trying to do some damage to the furnaces. And if we zoom out, Mr. Pavuk does not have a lot of stuff. If you look at the command points, he is fully supply blocked, as he only has 400 left, and the things that he rebuilt are dying almost instantly. Pavuk doing a good job. Oh, there is the Cloudbreak and a trample and a arrow volley. Beautiful play by Poero, winning the game as Man of the West. There it is, GG being called. Pavuk surrendering to Poero. If you want to be part of these streams, if you want to be part of the stream, join me on Enrique.707 of Enrique707 on Twitch, and you'll be able to be in the chat with me, talk a little bit, cast a few games, and enjoy the process of recording the videos. This has been Command Me Love. My name is Enrique, and I'll see you on the ladder. If you like this video, and if you think this daily idea is pretty awesome to get a little bit of update of the ladder and arena and BFME2, feel free to follow the channel and like the channel, like this video, subscribe to Command Point Middle-earth for more videos, and I will see you on twitch.tv if you want to follow the making of and the production of these videos.